Donkey Kong, the arcade game. Oh man, what a great game. I loved this game back in the early 80s. As a matter of fact, the first place I remember seeing this game was at a local arcade in my hometown of Terre Haute, Indiana. Now, this isn't the Galaxy Arcade I hung out most of the time. Where I lived in Terre Haute, there was like 3 different arcades in existence in the early 80s. It was like a golden age for arcades back then. This arcade was located just off of Wabash Avenue. I believe it was on 5th Street or maybe 4th Street. I can't remember exactly what street it was on. But I do remember it was in the basement of this old building. You had to go down these stairs, and everything was lit up with black lights down the hallway. They had really cool graphics on the wall and some really cool glow-in-the-dark carpeting and everything. It was a really trippy place to go visit. And the main reason I was going to this arcade is because there was a game in there that me and my buddies liked to play that was called Mousetrap. Well, when we came through the door, instead of where the Mousetrap game was, there was this new machine called Donkey Kong. We were immediately drawn to it because it had such great, bright colors, and it looked really interesting. We proceeded to play that game for quite a while. Pretty much we blew all our arcade money on Donkey Kong that evening. I never could get very far in the game. I still can't. I'm lucky to make it to the first pie level. But I still enjoy playing the game. Now, I remember when this was released for the 2600 as well. CBS, Columbia House, used to have these little promotional deals where you would buy 2 games or 3 games at a promotional price, like $4.95 or something like that. And you had to buy 2 more games throughout the year, to get the promotional price games that you wanted. And the one I did, the very first one I ever did was, of course, Donkey Kong from Columbia House, from Coleco. Well, I was a little disappointed in the game when I initially got it, but it's got a charm of its own. I do like it. It is a lot of fun to play. Even though it only has the 2 screens, the girders and the rivet level, it's still quite enjoyable. For what it is, they did a halfway decent job with the limitations of the 2600. Me and my buddies would play this game for hours as well on our 2600. One of my buddies was actually pretty good at it. He could play it for quite a while. Me, not so much. One of the things that make the game easier for me was the little fire babies on the girder level don't climb up and down the ladder. So you can hide out on the ladder and just time it. So it becomes a timing challenge mainly on the rivet level. But other than that, it's still a really fun game to play. I really loved the little sounds it would make, that bloop, 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 bloop. It kind of cracked me up. And every time you move, you see little Donkey Kong up there, or, well, some people call him now the gingerbread man up there, dancing back and forth as he was moving around the screen. So the programmers did little tricks there to try to enhance the game. But other than that, it's a great game to have in my collection. I still enjoy it to this day. Now let's take a look at the box. Pretty cool box. It's all red. Shows a picture of the Donkey Kong arcade machine on the front, which I really like that Coleco does this on their cartridge boxes. This was originally purchased back in September of '82 for the price of $29.99 at the Sound Warehouse. Wow. Now this isn't my original. This is one I picked up off of eBay. Or no, I bought off one of my buddies, John Black. He had this for sale. Anyway, I love the box art on these things. On the back, it shows a picture of the game screen using the joystick controller. Here's how to play. Donkey Kong the ape has stolen Mario's girlfriend and has taken her to the top of a steel fortress. Mario must get to the top to save her. Use the joystick control to maneuver Mario across the girders and up the ladders, but as he runs, the ape throws barrels at him to prevent his progress. Use the fire button to get Mario to jump over the barrels. Will Mario make it to the top and rescue his gal in time? Only time will tell. So in the box we have the cartridge. Ooh, I love these white cartridges. Pretty nice label art too. Got the little arcade style font there. Pretty nice. And we also have the instruction manual, which instead of being black and white, it's red and white. That's kind of neat. Matches the box. Nice artwork there from the arcade game yet again. It says it adjusts to your skill level. Well, it means it gets hard pretty quick, which means Willie can't play it worth a darn. But Willie still likes the game. So in the manual, talks about getting ready to play, how to plug in the cartridge, hook up your Atari system, same old stuff. Shows a picture of the game screen itself and all the little obstacles you got to fight, the barrels, got Donkey Kong the Ape up there, Meryl's girlfriend, the hammer. Pretty neat, pretty neat. And there's the old rivet level, which, you know, I do fairly decent on the rivet level because those little guys, little fire babies, I guess what they're called, don't climb up and down the ladders, so it makes it a little bit easier for me. It's like, you know, I need all the help I can get. I like this step 8. Hurrah! When you remove all the rivets, the game continues to alternate between the two screens, but the action gets harder as you go. Keep playing until you run out of Marios. Awesome. They don't give any helpful hints in here like the Atari instruction books typically did back then. But they do have a little verbiage here, the fun of discovery. Pretty cool. I remember when the Coleco Gemini came out, they used to have this as a pack-in for that as well, which was pretty smart on Coleco's part. The ColecoVision had the Donkey Kong port on it when it sold, and man, it sold like, I remember when that came out, it sold like hotcakes. So when they released their Gemini 2600 clone, they pretty much did the same thing. They packaged it with Donkey Kong. The one I have did come with a Donkey Kong cartridge in it, so that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyway, that was Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600 and the arcade game with my memories. Thanks for watching.